The Democrat convention is here, and it seems that Houston, we have a problem. Why? There seems to be protest in the streets. Protest in the streets in a Democrat city? Shocking. Men, we are going to take away your manhood. That's right. We're going to castrate you. We're going to fix you. That way, you won't have to never worry about no more your seed. No, we're going to get rid of the seed. Therefore, you won't be able to do what men are supposed to do, and that is reproduce. Welcome to the Conservative Poet. My name is Amania. Here on the channel, I make political commentary, reactions, I throw some humor, some parody to drive home the crazies that we're seeing in the society. If this is something that is interesting to you, then you have found the right place. And I ask you to connect with the video, like, share, subscribe if you'd like. But give me a thumbs up so that way I get a little bit traction through the algorithm. It would really help me out a lot. So without further ado, thanks again, welcome, and let's get into it. So the Democrat convention is upon us, and it seems like it's not going to be a peaceful, quiet, kumbaya sort of convention, because it has started out with protest. And you saw a little clip there, but we've got feminine, LGBTQ, X, Y, and Z, MMNOP, QRST plus, protesting for Palestine. I don't know if they know that, but you're not even welcome in their country. You do know that. You do know that they will stone you to death. You do know that, LGBTQ, X, Y, and Z, MNOP people. You're not welcome there because they don't believe in the sin of homosexuality. But I'm going to get off that soapbox. Anyway, welcome to the show. So what we're talking about is the Democrat convention and all of these protests and so on that's happening out there. People are outraged. They are outraged about the wars in Palestine, the wars in Gaza. They are upset about wars that the Democrat Party seems to be fueling, right? Because they're giving money towards these wars, and they keep fueling it and fueling it and fueling it. And so they are being protested, and the people are saying, no more war. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're talking about the convention as a whole. The convention has a lot going on. There's multiple parts that's working. And another part that's working is that the Planned Parenthood will be there live in effect. It's got a bus, they're going to set up their bus so you can get your abortions right there. You can get your manhood snipped right there. Then they're going to give you free hot dogs and chicken wings and hamburgers too. Well, I'm going to throw that part in. Hopefully they'll feed the people, after they done cut off your manhood, then they killed your baby. They better feed you a good strong hamburger or a good strong hot dog. Make sure it's vegan and free of all of these things, because we don't want to hurt cows or anything like that, right? We don't want to hurt cows. They're gonna make sure it's like tofu hot dogs or something. So it is madness what is going on. Absolute madness. Did you ever think that you would be in a world where the Democrat Party would have a bus or buses, multiple buses, right there on spot. Get your abortions right here. Get your penises snipped right here. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So we're going to take a look at a short video from Fox in reference to what to expect. What can we expect with the Democrats in this convention in reference to their whole thing is that they are running on abortion. That's all they have, is they're running on killing fetuses, killing babies, taking human life. That is their platform. That is all that they have to run on. They have no policies. They have nothing else to offer except to those women who feel like taking their abortion rights away. You're taking away their rights to kill babies. You're taking away their rights to do whatever it is with their bodies. I find it so interesting that we never have the conversation about abstinence or not getting into those situations to begin with. We're liberated. We can every day, everywhere, anytime we want to. That's not responsibility. Putting your body in these positions, no, that's not responsibility. But when it comes to this killing babies, it's no, my body, my choice, and I have the right to. Well, what about before you get to that place, right? Before you get to those places, how about you protect your body in the first place? Or just not sleep around in the first place? Or stick with your husband in the first place? And if you don't have a husband, then don't go at all in the first place. Just saying. I'm just saying. This is where we are. It's nobody has the responsibility. Nobody takes responsibility. They're out here boo-hoo, whining and crying, protesting for their rights. It's so funny. The Palestinians are fighting for life, right? They're fighting to keep life, to save babies in Palestine, to save babies in Gaza. They're fighting for life there. That's what they're marching about, right? They're marching to save lives, no more war. And then on the other hand, they're marching to kill babies. My body, my choice. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, friends. Let's go.
Well, Democrats are counting on abortion to help drive turnout in November. A new survey does show a majority of Democrat, Republican, and independent women all oppose the decision to send the issue back to the states. Jim Messina, former Obama campaign manager, is here, and I want to talk about so many things with you, but I did want to start with this because I remember a couple of years ago, you had said that this is going to be an issue. It will be an issue on the ballot in some of the battleground states, and in fact, it is going to be. I also noted that there was a pollster who recently said he looked to do a focus group with independent-minded, undecided women voters, and he couldn't find any. And even though the economy is the #1 issue across the board, how will the issue of abortion affect the election? What should Republicans be aware of?
Yeah, Dana, this is the sleeper issue of this election, and it was a sleeper issue of the last election. In the 2022 midterm elections, Democrats performed 9% better than the polls, and when you look at why, a huge move towards the Democrats from suburban women. The theory of my entire life has been don't piss women off. And this issue has pissed off a whole lot of women voters in these battleground states. And now they're going to get a chance to vote on it. And you see this in poll after poll. I totally agree with you. The economy is the most important issue. But when you go down and look at issues that are moving enthusiasm, it is this abortion issue. And it's because across party, Republicans, Democrats, Independents all believe in the same thing. They want the government to stay out of their lives. And this is an issue that is just burning straight hot. And President Trump seems to be trying to run away from his position on this. And I think it's really hard to do.
Let me just pull up for here, everybody, this from our Fox News poll last night, just to show everybody the main issue is the economy, immigration, abortion way down, right? The economy at 38%. So we've established that. But to your point on what Trump has been saying, like he is trying to say, like, it's fine if the states decide. Let the states decide. And what the recent poll that I saw from KFF showed is that women are not okay, apparently, with the majority of women are not okay with the states deciding. They want the federal government to have a blanket policy. But in addition to that, you will have these abortion referendums in the states like Arizona and Nevada. Could that be the difference for Kamala Harris if those races remain very tight with Trump?
Oh, absolutely, Dana, because when you look at who the undecided voters are in this election, we're down to like 5% of voters actually who could vote for both of these candidates. And they are almost 2/3 women voters. And the question is some of these voters going to actually get out and vote? And ballot initiatives have been proven to be vote turnouts on both sides, right? Both parties use this. You know, Republicans have put immigration ballots on in the past. And so it really is about enthusiasm and whether or not these voters actually get to the polls. And these state referendum are going to be a big way to turn out voters to make sure they vote.
Seen that, heard that, good.
So for the 22 midterms, we were expecting a absolute crushing it, a red wave. And in some places we did crush it, but because Democrats came out here and fear-mongered every woman, saying, you know, you're going to go back to pulling out the baby with hangers. You know, we're going to lose a lot of women because they're going to go through those nasty back alleys and to kill their babies. That's how they're going to do it. And so women was like so fearful that they came out in droves to protect women and girls' rights to have the option to, of course, terminate, abort, kill, murder, whatever you want to call it, because essentially at the end of the day, that is what it is. I recently had a conversation with a woman and we were talking abortion, and you know, she says to me that it's not a baby, you know, at 6 weeks, but I was a baby at 6 weeks, right? You were a baby at 6 weeks. Every human being that walks this earth was at a stage in life. At first it was the egg, and then it became conception where the two matched up, and then you were a month in, and then you were 2 months in, and 3 months in, and 4 months in, and so on. And then you were birthed, and there you are. There's a cycle for all of us. And so at 6 weeks in the womb, we are human. Once that egg has hatched, so to speak, a human has begun. And that's how we all got here. So to say that at 6 weeks you're not a human being, you're not a human, it's crazy to me, because that's the process. Everybody, all of us walking this earth has gone through that process. So it's crazy talk. But yes, women came out and voted in droves, and the machines helped, I'm sure. Came out in droves. And so even though the economy was bad, business was bad, all of this was bad, they still came out and vote Democrat. So he says this issue is a sleeper issue, which means people will come out in droves to protect their right. And it's back at the state's hands now. The state decides what happens. And so, and it should be that way. It should not be a blanket where the federal government decides. Let the states decide. You know, and the truly sad thing about all of this, it's the moral compass of we the people that has been broken. That's what this is about. The moral compass. We the people do not have God anymore. We don't follow God anymore. We don't connect with God anymore because our conscience will tell us no, that these things are wrong. But this is the true fight, friend. It's a true fight of good and evil. And at the end of the day, at the end of it all, when it's all said and done, that's what we're looking at. Good and evil. And you have to decide, which side are you going to be on? Good or evil? Life or death? You decide. The things that we're seeing and that we're talking about in the society has really got me stressed out. I mean, from cutting off children's parts to literally killing them in the womb. It is very, very stressful. And so for that, I do burn candles. And I have them to offer in my shop, theorlandopatriot.com, where you yourself can also find some of these candles to help ease your stress. Burn them for stress relief as we see what is happening in the world, the decay of the world. Let's burn some candles for some sensibility in this society. Go to orlandopatriot.com, get yourself 30% off, get one for your friend, your family, and so on, because they too are stressed out from what we're seeing in the society. orlandopatriot.com, 30% off your purchase. Thank you. So here is the tweet from Planned Parenthood Great Rivers. And here's what they say. Oh, here we come. Chicago, we're on our way. Oh, here we come. We're coming to give you abortions and vasectomies. Oh, here we come. Let's read it. Here we come, Chicago. We're on our way. We're coming. Our mobile health clinic will be in the West Loop at Cha Abortion Fund. Is it Chi Abortion? Cha Abortion? Maybe Chi. Chi Abortion Fund. And the Wiener Circle, August 19th through the 20th, providing free vasectomies and medication abortions. Emergency contraception, EC, will also be available for free without any appointments. Just show up and get it done. Reserve your spot. You better check it in right now. Here's our bus. It says, beep, beep, we're on our way. Beep, beep, we're coming to Chicago. Beep, beep. And it says, Chicago, we're headed your way. Way to provide free vasectomies and abortions. Oh, here we come. Planned Parenthood. Oh, here she comes. Ha, ha, to kill your babies and extract your manhood. Oh, here she comes. Coming to Chicago. Theater near you. Oh, here she comes. She's a baby eater. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, here she comes. She's a woman eater. Oh, here she comes. Oh, yeah. She's a baby eater. Planned Parenthood. Chicago. The Democrat Party. Oh, here they come. Newsweek stated that Marjorie Taylor Greene went on the attack for Planned Parenthood. She was attacking Planned Parenthood. She was getting ready to take them down because she's criticizing them for giving out free vasectomies and free abortions at the DNC National Convention, at the Democrat National Convention. Marjorie Taylor Greene attacking. Here's what she said. When I first heard that Planned Parenthood would be doing these vasectomies at the Democrat convention, I actually envisioned them cutting off boys and men's body parts. Like, that's what I envisioned. Like, they were doing the snippet. Snippet. That's what I envisioned. until I got into the articles. I was like, okay, they're giving vasectomies. I mean, it's still, they're taking away the man's manhood, but hey, if that's what you choose, that's what you choose. And so, but I really thought that they were cutting off penises. So here's what Marjorie Taylor Greene said. She said, I thought this was fake, but it's not. She said, Planned Parenthood is going to provide free vasectomies and abortions at the Democrat National Convention this upcoming week. It's hard to even comprehend, and it's truly heartbreaking. Being a mother is the most precious gift. Choose life. That's attacking, right? She's attacking. This is what they call attacking. I mean, you can't even trust the news. You can't trust them with anything. This is what she said. How is she attacking? How is she attacking? But let's move on to the rest of the Democrat drama.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! From Palestine to Mexico! Palestine to Mexico! All the walls have got to go! All the walls have got to go! From Palestine to the Philippines! From Palestine to the Philippines! Stop the U.S. war machine! Stop the U.S. war machine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! We'll be marching towards you in a second. If you just move around the corner, we'll be marching towards you in a second. Trans rights are under attack! Stand up, fight back when trans rights are under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
So this is the party. These are the leaders of the far left. They can't even control their own people. Their own people have turned against them. This is what we're seeing here. You can't even control them. Kamala Harris can't even control these people. But yes, she wants to be able to go against people like Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, all these big tough men. Here she wants to go and cackle and hackle in front of these people when she can't even control these snot-nosed protesters. How are you going to control Xi Jinping? How are you going to control the foreigners, the foreign policies? How are you going to do that, Kamala Harris, when you can't even control these lunatics in your own party? It looks like Brandon Johnson was able to find police bodies to put on the scene to make sure there's law and order in Chicago. When we know law and order in Chicago is not something that happens, shootings every weekend, but they can't find police to make sure that the residents are protected. But they got a whole lot of police here to make sure that the DNC elites are going to be protected from their own, because this is who's out there. It's their own. It's not MAGA. It's not anybody else. It's their own. Leftist insanities. Leftist insanists. Leftist crazies. I can't get it right. Leftist crazies is what they have out there. But he found him. Brandon Johnson, Chicago mayor, found police to protect the DNC elites. Man, we're going to take another one, and this one is definitely MAGA. If you've watched this channel, you know I make a lot of content about Chicago and the shootings and how the illegals have taken over, how they're putting them in hotels or they're closing up the gyms at the school, or they're closing down schools and they're putting in illegals and they're putting them in the police. We've covered it from top to bottom. And also what we've covered is how the Black people have been treated in Chicago, and they are not happy. These people that voted for Brandon Johnson, they are not happy, and they are revolting. And so one of the people, a key person in Chicago on the ground, you know, at the low level where they are grassrooting it, is a woman out there, a MAGA patriot. And so we're going to listen to an interview. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but we're going to just play a little bit of her interview. I will link it in the box where you can see the whole thing for yourself. But Chicago Red is going to talk a little bit about what they're going to be doing in preparation for the Democrats coming to Chicago. Let's go.
The DNC is coming to Chicago, and Black Chicago does not want them here. They have a plethora of community events that they're calling. They're coming to the neighborhood. Al Sharpton and Roland Martin are hosting an event Sunday that everybody's super excited to go to. They said they're about to go boo them out the city.
Yes.
They're saying that they're having a voting strategy meeting. Excuse me. And I'm like, your strategies have led us to the path of chaos that we're on. So, excuse me, why are we listening to you? So they're coming Sunday, Al and Roland. They're also having some other community meetings. They're having a watch party for the DNC that the DNC is sponsoring. Some of the Black media outlets up here are doing that. But we're like, you guys didn't do that for the RNC. So what you're doing for the DNC? And that's because, again, they've been compromised. Jim Crow Joe has invested, I believe, $40 million into Black media. And so this is about to be a propaganda fest for our people. And we can't wait. Chicago Red is doing our own thing. I don't want to be around those people. I don't want to go down there only because I know that I'm like one of the main faces of the movement, and the Democratic Party is inherently violent. Excuse me. Sorry about that. No, I'm better. So I don't want nobody hitting me in the face with a brick. Okay, straight up. So I don't want to go down there. However, I do think that I'm going to be working on the projects with Fox News. So I'm going to hold that close to the chest. So I might be actually on the floor and seeing what's going on. So I'll definitely be able to give a very unbiased account of what happened. But I just want to let everybody know, Black Chicago voting for Trump. But like, nobody's excited about this. No, they're blocking the streets. We are going to attract all these crazies from all over the world, on top of the fact that they're going to send us 25,000 additional illegals before next Sunday. So we are waiting on the big drop. And again, we don't have any money for them, but they're saying that they're going to send all these people as a way to make the mayors look bad. And I get it. You know, I'm not mad at them, but at the same time, we don't have any money for them. What the mayor has also done is there was a tent city kind of near downtown, right off the expressway. Well, first thing that happened is that the tent city mysteriously caught on fire. Nobody knows how it caught on fire, but a whole lot of people got their tents and their belongings burned down. Then the city went and got all of those people out of there, and then they put up a wrought iron fence to make sure that the people could not get in ever again. Now, this is a tent city that has existed for years. I'm talking about at least over a decade. These people have been out there in the snow, sleet, hail, and rain. But now, because the DNC is coming, they're trying to get them out the way. They're also relocating. So there's a shelter for illegals in downtown Chicago, and they are down there completely off the chain, gambling, selling drugs, shooting, robbing, fighting, stabbing, you name it. Ma'am, what you say?
The illegals are doing this.
Yes, ma'am. Because they have a shelter downtown. So the mayor has decided that he's going to relocate them from that shelter and move them to the south side of Chicago. So everybody is really pissed about that, because they're like, why are you doing all of this for these people? And meanwhile, the Chicago homeless hotline has been closed down for a month. So they are going through all of this rigmarole to get these people housed when they are literally not providing us with the resources that we need to house our own people. And that's the update on Chicago. So just know that we're not going to be down there. If you see like screaming, hollering, cussing, all that stuff, that's not Black Chicago. We don't have time for that. They are also having a reparations rally on Monday that I'm going to try to attend. They said that we want to look united during the DNC, but I also think that's because a lot of the leadership has been compromised by the DNC. So they're going to use this as an optic to show Black Chicago really likes the DNC and we don't. Chicago.
So they're going to be using our plight, i.e. reparations.
Yes.
As like, see, we're pro reparations.
Yes.
So you should be supporting us. You should be supporting Kamala Harris because we're pro reparations.
Correct.
Even though it's just a front. Now, do you think that is going to be any Palestinians protesting? Because they come
yes. So Chicago has the largest Palestinian population in the country.
Oh, okay. So they go. So then you know what? I hope they do shut down them streets because they're everywhere. And then when they come in large numbers.
Correct.
They don't be playing.
So they've already said that they're going to bust their move. And we know that that's what they're going to do. But again, the Palestinians are coming. The Sandra Macy people are coming. The abortion right people are coming. The police brutality people are coming. The overall anarchists are coming. They said they've been sitting out their pluggers. They said that they're going to get started on Sunday. So, everybody's kind of anticipating what they're going to do. But then again, I have to put myself in the back because I know that people are coming looking for me, like straight up. I mean, it's not to sound arrogant or anything, but we're the ones who've been making these moves. So I also want to invite anybody who's coming to Chicago for the event to attend the Sunset on the Democratic Party event that Chicago Red is having. We're having a beach party at Sunset to sunset our relationship with the Democratic Party. That's going to be Wednesday, August 21st at 5700 South Lakeshore Drive. The owner of Truth on the Beach, who is a Black business owner, offered her place to us. We're right on the water. So bring your stuff, iron your linens. This is going to be from 7 to 10 p.m. on Wednesday next week.
Come on the show next week then, because you're going to be busy there.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We got to get it all together. We're
now, I'm going to have to have because when does the convention start?
It starts Monday and it goes until Thursday. So, I'm going to
grab you to come on Tuesday or something.
And Tuesday would be a good time because again, I have this project that I'm working on. So hopefully I'll have all of the access that I need in order to get in there and do what we need to do to find out what we need to know. We know it's about to be a freak show. Like it's about to be a straight.
Chicago is the hot spot, honey. And I said it's going to be chitlins, collard greens, all the twerking celebrities, but I'm glad that it's definitely going to be other people from the other side coming in saying, hold up, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. And the thing is, it's more of us than there are of them. Like they have to import their crew. Our crew already lives here. And like I said, everybody's been hitting me up like, P-Ray, what's the move? Where we meeting at? I got my stuff, and I'm like, yo, P-Ray not in that. Like, because what has also happened is that our typical agitators have gotten visits from the Secret Service, from the chief of police. And they're coming to people's houses and they're like, yo, keep all that foolishness at home. We don't have time for that this time.
So they're threatening people already. So
yes, ma'am. You act up at this event, you going to Cook County Jail. Like, this is not going to be like the George Floyd where they allow people to act a fool and burn stuff down. No, you act a fool this time, you're going to the county. And nobody wants to go to the county.
But we could still peaceful protest. We could still shout, but they probably still want to try to lock them up.
Correct. And, they're telling them that they actually needed a permit to go protest.
Okay, but they're not going to approve them a permit even if they apply, you think?
Correct. And that's what happened. That's what happened with a lot of people. They didn't get their permit, so they said they're going out there anyway. The Palestinians have never got a permit, and now they're about to have like a family reunion on the west side of Chicago because, the United Center is on the west side of Chicago where we live. So this is why, again, I'm not getting on any buses. I'm not getting on any trains. I don't want to go east of California, until we go into our event. Yes. Okay. I'm going to the south side. I'm going to the beach. But other than that, I don't want to be around these people. They're really all about to try to tear our city up. And our mayor has, And our mayor has actually greenlighted these people, right? He said that he believes in this protesting. He said that he believes in this progressive agenda. He's been attracting these people here.
Seen that, heard that, good.
So this Democrat thing is going to be a circus, a shit show, a poo-poo show, a feces show. So thank you to the ladies there for giving us that information. So like I said, this video is longer, but I cut it in half. And so I will link it in the box where you can watch the full thing, because I'm going to watch the full thing. I just didn't want to play the whole thing here. So they said a lot there. So roly-poly, Al Sharpton, they're going to come out there to round up the Negroes and say, y'all better get in line. So they're going to do meet and greets and all that to tell them again how the Democrat Party has been doing such a great job. I hope these people, oh man, can you imagine? And of course, Brandon Johnson will be there because he is the king of his city. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. And you saw they got the police. They found policemen. Where did they find them? I couldn't tell you, but they found policemen to be out there to protect these people. And you saw it, these protesters are going to be out there. They're going to have the abortion protesters out there, the Gaza Palestinian protesters out there, and they're going to have some MAGA stuff. Doing their own thing. None of this violent stuff. We already know that's not who we are. And she told you, P-Ray told you right there, that's not who we are. We're not going to be involved in all that. But it's going to be interesting. And it reminds me of the RNC convention that we had, a few weeks ago. We ain't had no protests like that. It wasn't nothing like that. Nothing like that. But then again, we are not the party of chaos now, are we? So friends, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I will say, like, share, subscribe really does help me out. Really helps me out. Thank you. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want. Just give me some interaction. Just play with me a little. Let's just play a little. So thank you for doing that. And I will let you go. Let me know what you think about the video. Which parts did you like? Which part of the video did you like? Let's have conversations in the comments. What do you think is going to happen? You think all hell is going to break loose out there in Chicago? You think all hell is going to break loose? I think so. I'm going to try to keep on top of it. You guys know I'm working a campaign. Right now, I got 2 days until our election. So I've been on the ground literally. I have not been posting anything because I've been at events working. So it's only me. I've only got 2 hands, so couldn't get the videos out. But hopefully, once the election is done, I'll get back to posting normal and regular. But I'm hoping that we win our primary. We're gonna win it. I know we are. And so that means I'm going to be knee deep in it going into the general. So I will get busy, but I will just kind of schedule things along so I can continue to post, because it is critically important to me that I continue to feed this channel. But I've been extremely busy with so much, and but I'm hoping to do better. So forgive me for not posting. I haven't posted a full video and I think in about a week or so, but because you guys, you're used to me posting every 2 days or every day pretty much. So anyway, we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys for all of your support. Really appreciate it. The conservative poet Amania here. God bless you and keep you, and I will see you in another video.